Hello friends. I wanted to come back and just kind of recap because I did my last reel about unlocking abundance and speaking kindly to yourself. And the speaking kindly to yourself part, I wanted to break down a little more and share some techniques of what has helped me in the past, because this is the one that trips everybody up. It's like, it sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? But how do you do that? So I'll share with you what has helped me, and hopefully it will help you too. So coming into this, I just like to bring in the overview that we come into this world as a completely blank slate. We, as little kids, believe anything is possible. We are superheroes, we are princesses. I mean, you look at a 3-year-old, their imagination is huge. They believe anything is possible about themselves. So we are, over the course of your life, you're fed programs from schooling, parents, friends, and these are things you take on as beliefs and essentially like a computer program. And so a lot of people are running these negative programs and self-limiting programs and not even realizing that they're doing it. It's just running in the background. And so that's why it's hard to speak kindly to yourself when you have these subconscious underlying self-limiting beliefs. It's a big one. It's a big one to uproot. So the first thing I like to do, it's an acronym. We're gonna go with it, S-A-R, and maybe another R at the end. So we'll start with the S. The S is separate. So separating yourself from the thought. Whatever negative thought, whatever negative program has been running in your brain for the past 20, 30, 40, however many years, of maybe you think, I'm not pretty, I'm not talented musically, I don't think I can do this, fill in the blank with whatever limiting belief and negative belief you have about yourself, and separating from that. And just realizing, again, because a lot of the times we just are running on autopilot and don't even know that we think these things, we think that's who we are. But hey, wait, let's separate and look at it. Like, imagine like a little orb. When you hear the thought, because it sounds like your voice, when you hear the thought in your head, I'm not talented. Take it, look at it like a little thought orb, and examine that with kindness. So never with a judgmental attitude, like, I can't believe I'm thinking negative thoughts again. How dare I? That is terrible. I'm a terrible person, because then that's another self-limiting belief, right? So always with compassion, always with kindness, just getting curious and examining where the thought came from. Like, here's the thought. I wonder where that came from. I wonder. And I also wonder, is that even true? Is it even true? And so the separation part, it takes some practice, but I feel another great technique to begin the separation is finding some stillness. And I love meditation for that alone will help. Like, even if you only have 5 minutes to just find some quiet time, just deep breathing, and meditation is a great practice because you realize how many things you're thinking and the monkey mind and how you jump from one thought to the other and all these things. It's like you begin to recognize thoughts and not push them away, not be angry that they're there, just noticing. So separation is just noticing. And then the second part is A, which is acknowledging. So you separate, you notice, I'm having this thought, where did it come from, and do I believe it to be true? And just acknowledging that, like, wow, this is a pretty deep rooted belief system here, and I have the power to change it if I want, which brings me to the R, which is releasing. So separate, acknowledge it, and then release it. Releasing it is the hardest part because they tend to come back. They do tend to come back, and you gently release it over and over, however many times it takes. And the trick I use for this to release it is say the whole thing, right? Say, I don't believe I'm worthy of love, and I've learned this from my parents, maybe. And turning that on its head, like, I believe this, but I know this is not true. And I release this thought. You can even say it out loud, because words are magic, words are powerful, and they create worlds. So when you say it out loud and choose not to believe, that's a huge step. And releasing it, another tip I like is coming kind of into your heart space when you're releasing. And so just, closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, and be like, I let this thought go. I release this belief system. And feeling that, because thoughts correspond with emotion. And so when we bring our emotions into it, it changes the whole pathway, because our thoughts influence our emotions influence our thoughts. And so you're basically rewriting your response on a genetic level, on a bodily level. So when you come into your heart and you feel compassion for yourself, and you're like, then you replace that thought. So release/replace, that's 2 R's. You replace it with something affirming, whatever the opposite of that is. I am worthy of love because I know this to be true in my heart, right? And another tip, I'm gonna give you all the tips for releasing and kind of redirecting, releasing, redirecting, replacing, however you wanna say that, by changing up your environment as well, just being around good energy, writing on your mirror, positive affirmations in your bathroom, surrounding yourself, even here, like on your desk, wherever, the opposite of the negative thought. Just surround yourself with that, with the things that you watch on TV, with the people you're hanging out with. I mean, these environmental things are important as well. So because it's subconsciously, you see it daily. If you're seeing it daily and you're saying it daily, it's going to be easier to release it and believe something else. You're rewriting your programs. So I think that is basically how it's done. And when you practice this, when you separate, acknowledge, release, and replace with kindness, then you will find the thoughts won't really come back anymore, because you're bringing it on the bodily level. You are changing everything in your body, in your brain. There are new neurons being fired, new pathways being formed. And when it comes back, it won't be as strong. And sometimes they don't even come back at all. And you will eventually get to that point after practicing this a while that you question everything and you only believe the best in yourself. Because I believe that we can rewrite our destiny and what we are meant for, because there are limitless possibilities for you, for me, for everybody, because we are limitless beings. We can do anything we put our minds to and our hearts to. And just start by being nice. Being nice, and don't judge yourself. You have overcome so much and done so much, and you are a beautiful human being and spirit, and you need to believe that. I believe that for you. So hope this helped you guys, and I will hopefully make some more of these soon. I know this was a long one, but thanks for sticking with me.